Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. How are you? Welcome. My name is Dr. Kenton. This is called Dr. Kenton Wakes Up. It's an opportunity for me to run through my day just quick, talk about the coffee in my cup, and maybe get on with today's exciting adventure. Always an adventure. In the cup today, somehow it's gotten stuck to I didn't want to make a mess. You can see it there because it's full. Um, Caffe Venezia from Signature Select. It's the Safeway, Albertsons, Lucky, Acme, whatever, their store brand. They had a gigantic clearance sale on their K cups, and ordinarily I'd eschew the K cups because of their ecological impact. But anyway, some decisions get made based on your pocketbook rather than your brain or your heart. All right, so today is Wednesday. Given that tomorrow is a national holiday, I was going to go to the office today, but I have a sense I could probably be more productive if I stayed home and addressed my to-do list in the way that I would like to. So I'm going to do that. I'll stay here and work from home. Um, I got a bunch of grading done. Yesterday, I did a very quick, there's a person I listen to. His name's Merlin Mann. He talks about this concept called power puttering, where you sort of, you putter through your house, you're seeing things that need done, you just sort of take a little bit of time to address everything you see or make note of things that are more than can be done in just a few minutes. So I did that yesterday. I pulled out a spade from my shed, put the storage battery into my lawnmower, and and grabbed out a pruner and a hand clipper to pull some volunteer trees and shrubs out of other shrubs, and to mow down some grass that had grown a lot higher than the rest around it, just to make the place look a little bit more presentable. Now, I'm not a person who gives a much of a care about how my grass looks, but there are things that bother me. Like, there's this flowering, well, whatever, it looks like bushy caterpillars on the end of stalks. Like, imagine a wheat stalk, but instead of the head of wheat, there's a caterpillar on the end. That's what this thing makes eventually. It's not a cattail. It's a big bushy thing. It looks more like an upset cat tail, all bushed out. Anyway, I don't like it. There are some people around me who think they're the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, but I hate them because they grow. It would have been fine if they stayed kind of where they were, but they grow. Those bushy things are seeds when they blow off. So if you don't dig them out quick, they will settle in there, and then there'll be a whole bunch more around. So the best way I've found is to dig them out with a spade. So I did that, just going around digging out the ones that caught my attention, i.e., the ones that are really sticking up, growing. So, and I still got more work to do. But anyway, I got an hour's worth done yesterday in my back. I wrenched my back because I'm old. I'm old. Congratulations. I'm old. I don't know what I just did. I changed the light over on this side, and it's not as So harsh today. Anyway, I talked about yesterday, talked about what's in my cup. Today I'm going to be doing some grading and sticking around the house here. Tomorrow is uh, Independence Day, July 4th, which means every person in the neighborhood, it'll seem like every person in the neighborhood is going to be their own amateur fireworks show, which will make my dog very upset. He doesn't tolerate loud and unexpected noises, so tomorrow is going to be a day. Um, and then lunch on Friday that I have to look forward to. But today, grading. All right, well, one word, because it's on my mind. The Supreme Court of the United States, in weighing in the limits of presidential immunity, suggested, in their opinion, that the president enjoys 100% immunity for all official acts while he is president. And people are losing their minds, feeling like an intemperate, an a disrespect toward the office of the president, disrespectful toward the public of the United States, that such a person could get in there and suggest that every action is an official action. And I think that's the important distinction that people need to recognize, that a president has official acts that are laid out in Article 2 of the Constitution. These do not include assassinating political rivals. These do not include committing financial fraud and so forth. Those are not official acts. A president is a person who's playing a role for a certain delimited amount of time. Not an emperor who enjoys unlimited, unfettered, whatever. The important word in that entire exchange is official, relating to the office. It's not personal. And I would suggest, I'm not a legal scholar, I'm not a lawyer. I do have a certain amount of logic that roams through my brain from time to time, but I have the sense that a person has ever been president doesn't absolve them of past and future criminality. The president in this case, who had been convicted of a felony in the state of New York, I would argue that given that those actions took place before he became president, that those felony convictions will stand. And that the other issues, and I'm going to talk in generalities, but the January 6th, where he's accused of fomenting a chaotic plot to prevent the transfer of power because he lost the election, and the subsequent actions where he retained classified and hierarchy. I don't know I think it's classified, secret, top secret, whatever, classified, whatever. He had maintained access to many documents, certain and many documents, believing that they were his personal property. So anyway, maybe I'm 50. I'll be 53 in a few weeks. We may see a constitutional, what is it? By the time I perish, which is hopefully not soon, but by the time I perish, it may become settled law that the President of the United States does have constraints, and that certain of those constraints are inviolable. Maybe we'll get to that point, but the Republic has been in existence for almost 250 years, and we're still getting to the bottom of what is actually described in Article 2. We're also learning that Article 3 probably needs a cleanup, a run through, another run through by an editor, defining some things that for example, qualification. These are just, I'm not upset about any of it. I have a sense that who occupies the office of the president is probably irrelevant to about 90% of the people, 90% of the time. And that the things that are attributed to the influence of the president are kind of ridiculous and intend to mislead the public. So, anyway, I've rambled on. We in this country, at least I'm led to believe, are decent, honest, hardworking people, just like people are everywhere else. And that to believe that certain people are legitimately elected to an office that allows them to be pernicious and capricious, it boggles my mind that people believe and understand things that way. But I can't do anything to change anyone else's mind. All I can do is provide a decent example, and in that sense, I would have to say, love you, bye.